a scenic and cozy city, survived 15 airstrikes that destroyed 46% of the city buildings. In 1960, the city became the shooting and setting of the musical film The Sound of Music, and it remained the famous birthplace of Mozart. As most of the Alpine cities, the city gained wealth from the surrounding salt mines, what then led to call it Salt Castle, Salzburg. Before I start exploring, I wanted to get some energy by trying the famous Thatcher chocolate cake, next to our first visiting point, which is the Lovelock Bridge. Salzburg has embraced it, while other European capitals were banning it. It was initially opened in 1905 and had its share of damage during the World War II, was rebuilt in 1967. This bridge offers panoramic views of the Old Town. Mirabelle Gardens is one of the most beautiful gardens in Salzburg. That the name Mirabelle translates to beautiful views, and this garden has become center to tourism since it was featured in the movie Sound of Music. The fountain in the middle called Picasso Statue Fountain. The horse statue moved to the fountain from its old location in front of the home of Mozart in 1913. The palace itself was built in 1606 by Archbishop Wolf Dietrich for his mistress Salome Alt, whom he had 12 children with. The ballroom here has become venue for weddings. Not necessary you will have 12 kids if you got married here though. The Mozart footbridge is another landmark linked to the composer of the city. Opened in 1903, on both sides of the bridge people usually enjoy sitting on the grass and relaxing. It connects to the heart of the old town, and it was part of the Sound of Music. From the bridge we reach to Mozart Square. It has the statue of the favorite son of Salzburg, Mozart, sitting next to the Church of St. Michael, which dates back to 1,000 years before Mozart. Luckily, this site didn't get damaged by the World War. This square next to the statue called Residence Square, which was once ancient Roman Forum. It's the center of everything in Salzburg, and mostly you will witness opera and musical street performance around here. The cathedral here is the biggest church in the old town, and here were Mozart baptized. So the cathedral in 696 was a center to spread Christianity in the region. There is a beautiful Virgin Mary Madonna statue in front of the cathedral that is hard to miss. Chapter Square, which gives you angle view of the high fortress of the town, is famous for its big chess game and 30-foot tall yellow orb sculpture. And we are now at the main attraction of Salzburg, Salzburg Fortress. No one was able to take it by force since 1077, and it gives you great view of the old city of Salzburg. The high Salzburg Fortress is something you must never miss. If you have only limited time to see the town, this will be the place to go. You will have a 360 view of the old town from here, besides being in one of the largest forts in Europe that has never been taken by force. You can have the chance here to attend some concert with Mozart composed music. Luckily, the cable car is there to carry you to the top, otherwise you will need to hike to the fortress, and maybe then you know why it was so hard to attack this place. the way, this is Mozart birthplace. The yellow building in the middle of the market street is where you see many tourists taking photos. It is Mozart birthplace, which is another landmark converted to museum. Mozart born here in 1756. And we're now in the main shopping street. As you can see, it's rooted back to the old days when nobody can read. And this is why you see icons on this signage instead of businesses' names. So here it's part of the Green Lane, the shopping street. In the Middle Ages, almost no one could read. So instead of having signs with business names, the shops would hang an icon for their trade or craft. Notice how the signs for the hat maker, locksmith, umbrella shop, and many more have kept this signage as tradition. The horse bath fountain is Salzburg's largest medieval horse bath, which in the Middle Ages were like car washes for horses. Salzburg has a lot more history, beauty, simplicity, and nature. It goes beyond just Mozart and Sound of Music. But thanks to the musical background of this place, it became famous and gave us a chance to explore it. And enjoy its good food.